It always takes me so long to set this shit up because I don't know nothing about technology, so please forgive me. Hold up. Okay. Is it too dark? I think it's too dark. Hello, hello. Let's talk about boxing. Um, um, mm, how do I? How do I? I still don't know much how to work YouTube Live. So bear with me. It's so hard. Like I had to enable a bunch of weird shit. I didn't know how to do it. Did you guys see the weigh-ins for the Canelo Jacobs fight? To me, that shit looked staged. It looked super fake. Canelo had a weird ass stance. He looked like he was ready to go kung fu on somebody. Why not? What are you waiting for? You need to watch it. I worked in the morning. I worked from 11 to 4. So I missed the weigh-ins, but I saw the footage like as soon as I got off, I got on my phone, I saw it cuz Instagram pages they share that shit like every single one of them share the same video and I was happy because I needed to see it. And it looked staged. I mean, all Jacobs did was like put his forehead on Canelo and it's like why are you why Canelo got so mad and it's like all Jacobs did was put his forehead on his forehead. And my bad. I don't know why I always burp when I'm like recording shit. But he like started like pushing Jacobs and like then Jacobs did something like this and then Canelo did something like that too. And it's like, y'all both fucking corny. And I think maybe they're just trying to sell the last of it, like make it so people get the DAZN, at least the DAZN trial, and then they forget to take their payment off and get caught with payment. But to me it seems staged. Yeah, I mean, that was I am hyped about it though. I think because it's such a good fight, but I think it's because it's the first fight, the first big fight that it's on the zone and it's not like on HBO and shit because um DAZN has not been promoting it that well, and I think we're not used to seeing big fights like this on DAZN. His last opponent was what's his name, Rocky Fielding, and it's like okay, well, fights like that, it don't matter that it's on his own, but this one I think it's a little bit different. It should be like a huge mega fight. Imagine if HBO was still around, that shit would have been on HBO. And yeah, I know people are scared about the scoring. Me too, me too. But I just hope it's a good fight. Jacob sounded proper mad in an interview I saw after, but you never know. Could have been staged. But why are they mad? I don't know. They were like super civil up until like what I saw today. Like what changed? What happened? What did I miss? I heard about it. I haven't seen it yet. You can't do the trial anymore. Oh, what the hell? You can't do damn. Hi, Gene. I did not know that you couldn't do the trial anymore. I didn't know that. They're slick. They're slick as fuck. It's funny though, because I must admit, fucking ESPN, they caught me, guys. They got me. I forgot to cancel my 7-day trial. I must have made I have a lot of emails because like over the years of my school and shit, I've been using different emails. And I must have gotten a trial with every single one of them. And this one I forgot to cancel it and I got hit with the $5 or $4.99 or whatever. I was like, damn, I'm gonna take this L because I was like, fuck, I don't want to pay for ESPN Plus. I mean, it's only $5, but it's just like it's this like feeling that you don't want to pay for that shit. Like it's not worth it sometimes. I had no idea that they took it off. I knew that they did the it's $20 now, which sucks. I think Virgil stops Herrera with a body shot. Now, I love that Virgil takes on fighters that we all kind of have heard about. Herrera, most people think he beat Danny Garcia. I think he beat Danny Garcia. So he does have like a really nice opponent in front of him, and it's kind of one of those things where he's getting tested, with somebody that is kind of like a veteran to the sport. He's been in there with some of the best. He's lost. I think he beat Soto Caras, no? I think he beat Soto Caras, but he lost to like all the other bigger names in the division. But I think Virgil TKO or body shot. I think I watched Virgil Ortiz and Mikey Garcia spar. It was like orgasmic. It was awesome. And I remember a specific punch that Virgil threw that Mikey blocked it with his glove, but it still sent him like 3 steps back. That kid is powerful, man. So I think he wins by body shot. All his fights have been knockouts. All his wins have been knockouts. So I think he beats Herrera and it's a really good opponent. Hello, oh yeah, that happened to me one time. I tried to get back. I know. I feel like we think we're slick, like we think we're gonna remember. And usually, I do the PayPal way, so that like, I log into PayPal and I immediately like disable the automatic payments on it, so it automatically just doesn't renew. But this time, I forgot. Are you going to the fight tomorrow? No, I'm here in LA. I'm here in my house. I was actually gonna go. I had my flight and everything, and had to cancel it because I've been going through shit. I've been going through a lot of shit, and I'm gonna graduate in 2 weeks. Woo! And I need to save money, so I didn't go. I literally my flight had to be canceled because ugh. Just join Reddit boxing Discord. They always stream links. I always hear that Reddit has good stream. Good. Sorry, guys. I'm Mexican. English is my second language. I always heard that Reddit had good streams, but I never really got. Every time I find a stream, it's never from Reddit. So I don't. Canelo wins. Say no more. I think the only way Jacobs beats Canelo is it's not going to be a decision. I don't know why people. I don't know if you guys saw people on the timeline. Boxing Twitter is betting on like some people are betting on Jacobs' decision. It's like y'all, you guys know this is in Vegas. 1, 2. These are the same judges that edged it out against Golovkin the second time. It's the same judges. I'm pretty sure it's the same exact judges that edged it out for Canelo against Triple G the second time. So it's like I hate to be one of those people because I hate seeing that shit on my timeline. Like people are like, Golden Boy bought the judges and all this shit. And it's like, shut up. But at the same time, we got to see a pattern here. We see a pattern of really weird scorecards against Lara, I think against Lara, it was like one of the scorecards were like 117, 111. And I was like, and then the other one with Floyd, someone had it a tie for Canelo. I mean, a tie against Canelo. And then obviously with Triple G, which that Adelaide Bird bullshit. But I don't think Jacobs wins the decision. I think unless he knocks Canelo down multiple times without knocking him out. I think he needs to box on the outside. He's taller and he's lengthier. He has higher reach. I mean, longer reach. So I think if he jabs, he needs to jab Canelo like Golovkin jabbed Lemieux. The exact same thing he needs to do. He needs to be hella tactical. He shouldn't be getting in Canelo's, counter punch game. I think he should. I know people are gonna complain if he does do that. If Jacobs plays it smart and he boxes on the outside, uses his jab to maintain his distance, and kind of boxes on the outside, uses reach. People are gonna be mad because be like, oh, boring fight, blah blah blah. But I think that's the way he can win, boxing on the outside, using his reach to land a punch and get out, so that Canelo doesn't catch him with a counter. But I still think, I think Canelo wins. VIP League, do you have to pay that? I think that's like for VIP League you have to pay, right? Because I still have the Fire Stick. I have a Fire Stick, but it used to be jailbroken or whatever it is. I used to have Cody, but now obviously I don't know what I did to it that it doesn't work. Obviously, I think I've had this shit for like 6 years already, so maybe that's why. But I used to be able to watch fights, baseball games there in that, and I think I just need to buy a new one. Reddit is blocked? I have no see, I'm really shitty with technology. So all these apps, all these streams, I know where to get streams because I've never paid for a fight in my life. But now it's too much. I couldn't even set up this live. Dude, Canelo uses the same like 8 judges, he just rotates. I think Jacobs has too bad of a positioning to do that, even with the reach advantage. The thing is, with Jacobs, I think he knows that even if he loses, he just has to look good. And he has to at least make Canelo look vulnerable for a couple of rounds, which I think he totally can. I think because of his style, because he is a little bit more tactical, he is going to give Canelo a problem. I think Canelo's going to have to adapt. Canelo's gonna have to adapt the first rounds, which I think that's where it gets a little bit tricky. If it takes Canelo longer than 3, 4 rounds even to adapt, that's giving rounds away. And we know that Canelo's usually busier in the first rounds because well, that's what he did in both fights against Golovkin. Well, the first one especially. The second one he was like toe to toe the whole fight. But it depends because if Jacob stays tactical, boxes on the outside, uses the jab, I think he can frustrate Canelo. And we all know how Canelo can get frustrated about people that circle and don't give him that chance to counter. So I think if he can frustrate Canelo, and it might even make him look a little bit dumb. But again, I think right now Canelo's just, as much as we don't like him, he's on some other shit. Like Canelo is on some other shit. He really is. I think he will miss the weight. I think he's done it before where he's paid the fine to miss the weight. He did it against Golovkin, I think, where he weighed in normal, but then the next day he was fucking like 180. So I think he will pay it because that's a good advantage to have anyway. And at the same time, it's like it's just in the morning that he has to be 170 or under 170 just in the morning. After I think it's like 9 a.m. weigh-ins or 8, I'm not sure, but that's it. And then he can go and maybe put the weight back on. I don't know how boxers do that shit. I don't know how the fuck they can lose that much weight. They need to teach me how, but I don't know. I think he will pay it. I think he wants all the advantages that he possibly can, and fuck the money. He's already getting a lot. How much is the fine? I don't know. I think that's like a golden boy thing because at first they were saying that it was the IBF that mandated that. And then they're like, no, the IBF doesn't do that for unifications. So they're like, oh, then it was golden boy. They've been saying different shit. This is what I don't know. Like, we don't know. As far as I know, no one knows who put it on what. Because it was a thing against Triple G for the IBF to do it. Like the IBF did do it. But I don't know if they did it like right away or a second day win or fight night win. I'm not sure. But it is a thing that the IBF does. Now, in this one, Jacobs is saying that that's not true, that it was Golden Boy that put that clause. But at the same time, like, well, you signed the contract. So if you knew that they were going to do this or it was in the contract, why are you like making such a big deal about it now? Like, I don't get it. That's the one thing I just don't understand. But I don't know. I agree. Canelo ain't ever losing decision Jacobs. More likely Canelo will stop him. I think two scenarios. You hear me out? I know, but you're like, bitch, how is it two scenarios? There's two possible scenarios in my opinion. One, it's Canelo adapts. Jacobs gives him problems the first 3 rounds. Canelo adapts. Canelo's able to counter beautifully. He, I think, starts outboxing Jacobs in the middle of the fight, or in the middle rounds, and he either drops him with a body shot or overhand right. And I think that's how it's either gonna be a stoppage or he's not gonna get up Jim because of a body shot. But I think it's either gonna be a body shot or an overhand right. You know how Canelo feints to the body, but then he reaches up to the top with with an overhand right. I think either that is going to be a left hook to the body, one of those two. So that's mine, or the second one is Canelo's actually going to be, frustrated with Jacobs, and it's going to be a very competitive fight the entire time. It's going to be back and forth action, a lot of moving around in the ring from Jacobs' part, and a lot of Canelo trying to chase him. It's going to be a majority decision, obviously, for Canelo because they're not going to give it to Jacobs, and people are going to be pissed, and it's going to be like a huge fucking deal all over again. So those are my two predictions: either Canelo to KO by body shot or overhand right, or really competitive fight, really engaging, and majority decision for Canelo, and everybody's pissed. I wish I could drink. Wait, he had to pay a fine for that? Yeah, you kidding me? You have to pay a fine for everything in boxing. Everything. You smoke weed, you gotta pay a fine. You're gonna get banned. Does anybody find that shit weird? Sorry, I'm gonna switch subjects really quick. Does anybody find that shit weird that Baby Miller got like 6 months, or I don't know, not even a year, banned from boxing over three fucking failed substances. Not the same substance in two different tests. Three different fucking substances. And people are like okay with that, not making that much of a big deal about it. But then Chavez Jr. smoked weed and he got like banned for like a year or two. I don't know. That's just fucking mad weird to me. I don't understand. I don't even smoke weed. And obviously Chavez Jr. ain't that great anyway, smoke weed or not, but I thought that shit was mad weird. I wish I could drink. I haven't had one in years. I miss bourbon. I have bourbon in my kitchen right now. But I might go be driving to a friend's house later, so I don't think I'm gonna drink right now. The Modelo La Monisa is pretty good. This one has tamarindo and it's really good. That is such a good thing. A lot of people don't. Yes. Oh, sorry, I skipped one. I'll go back around. Yes, a lot of people see that's the thing. People would always say that Canelo has power. Power, Canelo's power, Canelo's power. Canelo's very underrated in his tactical ability, and I think he showed that in the last Triple G fight. He was able to hit, and yes, Triple G caught him, of course, but most of the time he did make him miss too, and I think it was pretty great. Canelo has a really nice hook too, and people don't notice it either. He has a really nice hook, so I think the thing about Canelo is he's been getting progressively better in every single fight that we see him. Meanwhile, Jacobs after the Triple G fight, I think the Triple G fight he looked fucking amazing, and after that he hasn't that much. And that goes to that question. Oh no, you guys are going too fast for me. Did you see Canelo's Triple G? I mean, Jacob's Triple G. Yes, I did. I watched it. It was amazing. I think that's the best I've seen Jacobs look in a while. Um, I had seen him look in a while. I loved the hunger in his eye. Even when he got knocked down by Golovkin, you could see that he was like, "Oh no, motherfucker, this is not a knockout. This was a flash knockdown. I'm not even hurt." Like he looks so hungry, so aggressive. And again, someone like Triple G, he held his own. Yeah, he was like super fucking heavy, like 180, but he still looked amazing. So after that though, I think we saw him face Arias. That fight was boring as hell. I'm sorry. I hate calling boxing fights boring sometimes, but that shit was boring and I'm gonna call it like it is. Against Sulecki, we saw like a nice okay Jacobs. He did drop Sulecki in the 12, but it still went to decision, I think, or did I don't remember. I knew he dropped Sulecki. And still, but he was still getting hit, not with anything, crazy, but he was getting hit. And then against Derevyanchenko, which was how he acquired the IBF, that was a majority decision, if I'm not mistaken. And honestly, I'm not going to talk much on that fight because I was switching back and forth between the Dodger game and that fight. So I didn't watch it completely, but I did see online that some people at least, were saying that Derevyanchenko had taken that win and they took it from him. So I don't know. I guess the point I'm trying to make is that Jacobs does not look spectacular. He hasn't. And I think Canelo gets a lot of shit for I guess because a lot of people didn't see him win against Triple G. I think Triple G won the first one. The second one I saw more of a draw, but I can definitely think how Canelo could have won. But he literally proved that he's at that level because he went those 12 rounds both times against Golovkin, someone like Golovkin who's been knocking motherfuckers out. And not only did he do it in the first fight tactically, boxing, on the outside, but in the second time, toe to toe. So he proved those two things, and people were looked at because of the scorecards. People were looked at because they don't like Canelo. People were looked at because of they think Triple G won. Yeah, maybe Triple G did win, but that doesn't mean Canelo looked any less impressive. So yeah. Oh no, this is such a good fade. Canelo going to rip the body. I think so too. I think he's gonna do the same thing to Rocky Fielding. Obviously, Jacobs is no Rocky Fielding, but again, he's tactical, but he's not elusive. I seen some people calling Jacobs elusive, and I'm just like, bitch, where? Yes, he fights like most people say, like a black fighter. Yes, and I think that is gonna give Canelo problems, but he's not elusive. He's still there for you to hit him. Everyone has my cats are fighting, so if you guys hear them, just if you guys like it's not that deep. It's not like he's super elusive. Yes, he can move. Yes, he has better footwork than most of the people Canelo face, besides obviously Loud and Mayweather, but he's still there for you to hit him. I don't know if he's gonna be there for him to hit him tomorrow, because I'm pretty sure Jacobs is not stupid either. And again, if he goes circles around the ring, fights on the outside, blah blah blah, I think he's gonna win. He has a chance to win. I got Canelo by way of KO. Danny knows he can't coast, so he's gonna go for the KO and get KO'd. Really? I actually think it's the other way around. I think it's gonna be a very tactical fight. Like people are expecting fireworks, but these guys are not stupid. At least I don't think Jacobs is stupid. I think Jacobs is gonna. He knows he's got the reach. He knows he's got the height advantage. He knows he has better I guess not. I mean, the thing is that Canelo, especially early on in his career when he was fighting bigger names, we were all calling him flat-footed. Remember that? Everybody called him flat-footed. I call him flat-footed. I thought he had like no head movement too. I thought he was had no waist. Now we see him move. He's still flat-footed. Don't get me wrong, but he shows a lot of good waist and head movement. So I think Canelo. That's another thing he's improved a lot movement in the ring. Not he used to be so fucking flat footed, and he's learned that. And then his stamina used to be shit. And he's been 12-12. In the first fight, he did get tired against Triple G. The second time, he did pretty well. So I don't know. I think it's gonna be very tactical. My top five, fuck. I'm gonna say this shit right now. I don't like top pound for pound list. I think every weight classes have different obstacles, and it's hard for me to try to like, oh well, like okay, I used to have Crawford as number one. But then people are like, oh, you can make valid points that no, Crawford's not the number one because his division sucked. The 140 division wasn't that great. Sorry. And it's like, okay, but how is that his fault? He's still unified. He still became undisputed at 140. And yeah, I think it's politics that he was able to go to 147 and fight a champion right away. Fuck all these other contenders. Fuck these other guys that have been mandatories. No, give it to Crawford. I'm not saying he didn't deserve a title shot, but I think it's different how boxing politics work, where this guy is just moving up now is already fighting for a title. You know what I mean? But and again, Jeff Horn, bitch. So I do love Crawford. I think he's definitely either one or two in the top three for sure. But I can see how people make cases against him. With Lomachenko, I have Lomachenko in my top three probably too. And I can see when I go, he's only has Gervonta tweeted that the other day. He only has like 12 fights, but they've been champions and everything. He's just been fighting champions and champions. Obviously, Croya doesn't fucking count, but he's been fighting champions and making them quit. So I still think, the shit he's accomplished, jumping weight classes and becoming champion, that still means he's top fucking caliber. And then I think I have a lot of people are gonna disagree with me. Most of you are gonna be like, "Bitch, you just lost all your credibility." I don't care. I have Usyk right now as my number one because not only did he give us a fucking boxing clinic against Gassiev, like he did whatever the fuck he wanted against Gassiev. And we were like at the edge of our seats because we knew that Gassiev any minute could just end that shit with one punch. And he just fucking boxed. He's like a fucking taller, bigger Lomachenko. He looks amazing. He looks fucking amazing. And then he gives a sick ass knockout against what's that guy's name? Tony Bellew. I don't know how to pronounce his name. That was a satisfying ass fucking knockout. So for him to become undisputed, and I think people don't really give a fuck about him because it's the cruiserweights, and they're like, who the fuck cares about the cruiserweights? But I think in his accomplishments too, I think he should be number one. So those are my top three, I guess. The other ones, I don't really, I think those are the ones that I like. Everybody else, I think maybe Canelo in there, in the top five. I don't know. I don't like thinking about that shit. Everybody has different good shit about them. I'm going too slow. And it's not his first time. I don't even know what that means. Nick Diaz got 5 years for weed. What? Wait, Nick Diaz, is that the one that fought McGregor? That's the one that fought. When was this? Damn, that sucks. If Jacobs fights like Lauda style, he'll give Canelo problems. And that's what I mean. Like, he needs to fight on the outside. Use his jab. Use his reach. Don't be dumb, Jacobs. Don't buy into these games. People pick and choose what they want to be bothered by. To be honest, I didn't care too much about Miller's. I knew he was dirty before. I mean, yeah, we knew he's been dirty because it's not the first time that he's been caught. Canelo by KO. I think TKO. I don't think he's gonna sleep Jacobs. And I think the rules in Nevada are different. I think here in California, even if it's like a technical knockout, they still call it a KO for some reason. I never understood that, but in Nevada they do call it like TKO. At least that's what I think. I don't know. It was due to a technicality. He didn't have a license in New York, so okay. I see. Jacobs is someone that plays the level of his comp, it seems, unless it's up against. You know what? You know what? That's a good that Victor. That is a good point. Jacobs, I guess, is one of those guys that the tougher the competition, the better he fights. So that's a very valid point. Took some bombs from Triple G and then go down even. You know what's funny? And I didn't even because when I so, hold on, my feet are cramping. When I was in Vegas for the second Triple G fight, in all Triple G fight, from this, I was sitting not floor level. I was sitting in the first lower bowl, and in the I don't know if it was the 10th or the ninth or the 10th and the 11th round. From where I was sitting, it looked like Triple G hurt Canelo against the ropes. And I'm like, huh? Like what? Like, oh my god, he hurt Canelo twice. And then when I came home and I saw that shit on TV, I saw that never happened. And I was fucking blown. My mind was blown. Because from where I was sitting at the T-Mobile Arena, I don't know what round it was. It looked like Triple G hurt Canelo, and Canelo was against the ropes. And I'm like, oh my god, here it is. Like he got him. But then I saw it on TV and it never happened. And I'm just like, man, like I need to watch that shit right away. That's why I like, okay. Everyone thinks that watching fights ringside is like super, super cool, but sometimes it isn't, at least not for me, because it's like you can only see like sometimes the ropes like block you, you're depending on where you are in the arena. So always watch that shit immediately on a screen with different camera angles. Oh no. DJ took a lot of shots from Sergey in his last fight. That's what I'm saying. And Sergey's also top competition. I think Triple G didn't want to fight him for a reason. He took Vanes for a reason instead of fighting the IBF mandatory, which was Derevyanchenko. And you know what rubbed me the wrong way about that fight? I talked about this on my podcast. Jacobs and Derevyanchenko have the same trainer. So the trainer right there chose to go in Jacob's corner, and I mean, it just robbed me. I didn't like that. I thought that was so weird. But again, Sergey is a really he's a really good opponent. I think he's actually fighting for another title eliminator. So yeah, and he was getting tagged. That was a majority decision. Again, my point is that Jacobs has not been looking as impressive as he did against Triple G with other people. Meanwhile, Canelo's been looking really impressive. Jake isn't what I call elusive, but he's awkward. It's frustrating to watch when he just positioning mistakes. Yeah, I can see. Sometimes I think, oh, he also leaves himself because I think he knows that he's very resilient, so he sometimes leaves himself open because he doesn't mind taking those shots. But it's like against Canelo, you might not want to do that. Yeah, he did it against Triple G, but at the same time, it's not the power; it's how well it lands and how prepared you are for it to land. And Canelo is the fastest of the two, so. Oh, thank you. Yeah, boy. Have you guys seen the video? Yeah, boy. Damn, goddamn, I'm way behind. Have you guys seen the video of the little boy saying the longest "yeah, boy" ever? Yeah, boy, and it's fucking funny. YouTube it. You after this. Uh, that's a great answer to the pound for pound question. Oh, thank you. Yo, are you Oscar Willa Oya? Nah, McGregor fought Nate, his brother. Oh, that's right. They're like twin brothers. This is gonna sound mean, but are they punch drunk or is that just how they talk? Because they both talk like I don't want to be mean, but they talk like they've been punched in the face for a living. Obviously, we know it's you, Oscar. You aren't fooling us. Golden Boy, is this your new gig of yours? Sure. My name is Golden Boy. Oh no. Usyk is going to fuck around and be Oscar best cruiser, whatever. Now that he's moving to, and that's another reason why I have my number one too, is because he's going up to heavyweights, and he wasn't just gonna fight I don't like calling boxers nobodies, but he wasn't gonna fight somebody that's not at least a household name against amongst the community. Like who was he gonna fight? He wanted to fight the guy that Joshua just fought what's his name? The Russian dude that Joshua just fought that was giving him a hell of a fight, Povetkin. So Usyk was gonna fight Povetkin. Like that's the first person that he was gonna fight, and then Povetkin was like, nah. So he's like, all right, then give it to Khan. And obviously Takam's already over. He's past his best times. but he's still fighting people that we fucking know of. So good shit, Usyk. Yeah, I like Dick too. My mom told me. Everybody want to say hi to my mom? Oh. This is now our eating channel. Thank you, Mom. No, see, who do you think? Oh my God, you guys are going too fast for this. Who do you think Triple G is new trainer? I don't think he's gonna get a new trainer. I think he's gonna stick with his brother. I think him and his brother are gonna be the new team now. I don't think he needs a trainer. I talked about it on the podcast. How I'm not surprised that he left Abel, but I am surprised that he left Abel before he left Tom Loeffler. Because we all know that Triple G is on his way out already. He's, he got this DAZN deal, and I think he's gonna fight those fights. But he's also a promoter. He has his Triple G promotions, and he's trying to implement some of his fighters into his own fights in the DAZN stream. So I'm thinking at this point, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna take competition that is that I can keep fucking up and look good, and then I'm gonna retire and I'm gonna make my money as a promoter, and he could just pay his brother to like do mitts with him and shit. But if he does want if he does want the last Canelo fight, then maybe he'll actually go with someone that teaches him how to move his fucking head. That's the only thing that I think. I think he is gonna be looking for somebody. Looking for someone that's gonna teach him how to move his head. Now people are saying Robert Garcia. People are saying Nacho Beristain. I think Nacho Beristain would be a funny ass partner because he hates Canelo too. We've seen Nacho Beristain talk so much shit about Canelo all the time. So anybody that would teach him to move his head, I think at this point would be a good trainer for Triple G. But I don't think he's gonna get one. Yay! Someone agrees with me and Usyk. I thought people were gonna think I'm crazy. Yes, I am Oscar. You wanna see my fishnets? I have fishnets. I'll put them on right now. They always talk like that. I'm sorry I'm so fucking behind. My mom distracted me. She's the best though. She brought me a buñuelo. I already gave my prediction for the fight tomorrow. How much did Mikey's stock drop after that all suspense? You know what? It shouldn't have dropped. I don't think Mikey's popularity or stock should have dropped at all because this was just a challenge. He got the balls to do it. He didn't look impressive at all. But hey, it should have just been like, oh well, I tried it. It failed, but it did because Mexican boxing fans are the worst. They're the best and the worst because you lose, and even if they hate you, like they'll disown you as Mexican fans. So I think people hate him. A lot of boxing fans, but I don't think it should. It's like, okay, well he lost, but what else did we expect? The only person I don't heavily favor Usyk against is Joshua. Well, yeah, I think Joshua that'd be a crazy fight, but I think that might happen because the zone. What the fuck is it? Oh, it's called a buñuelo. It's basically a fried tortilla, but it's like with cinnamon. Not like super sweet, but it's so good. Usyk beat Joe Joyce a couple years ago. I can't wait for him. Joe Joyce is too old for me. Like he needs to stop. Joe Joyce needs to stop. He looks like shit. What's the last time he fought? He looked like shit the last time he fought. So I think like I think he's one that you need to put him against someone big already. Make it or break it. And if you don't, well, bye. Yes, buñuelo. Vamos, Canelo. It's weird. In the fight, last Saturday's fight at the Forum Ramos Estrada, people were yelling Canelo in the stands. I'm just like, what are y'all talking about? I think I saw an interview where Robert was like talking about wanting he would train Golovkin. And I think Loma Senior should be also, and they're good friends, right? Lomachenko and Golovkin are friends, so I think he should train him. Round is it? Wait, what are you guys talking about? Hazme un hijo. Mike is still my favorite boxer. What disappointment, but we knew it was gonna. Yeah, I think we all bought into that hype because we saw pictures of him training and shit and videos, and damn, he looked so confident that we actually believed it too. Like, damn, Mikey's about to fucking do something. We bought into it. Like, is he? What the fuck was he thinking? He's too small, and I don't know. We bought into it. No, I don't think Mikey's ducking Lomachenko. I think they're just petty as fuck. I think that fight's never gonna get made because Mikey's petty and Bob is petty. Both of them are petty, and they're not gonna negotiate. Did you know that the song live way on the stream? It didn't work. It was slow. Don't be surprised the song stream. I don't. I was at work. I watched the YouTube highlights or the Instagram highlights, but I heard people complain. Bernie 2020. I know Mexicans that don't like Canelo and their reasons are stupid. You know what? I'm gonna say this shit right now. Canelo's not my favorite person. He wasn't for a while. But I do understand that a lot of people, especially Mexicans, don't like him because they don't feel represented by him. They don't feel like he's light skinned. He likes I like shoes. He likes shoes. He's very fashionable. He's very I don't know, people categorize him as like presumido, but he's just likes to buy things. He's fashionable. He's like metrosexual almost. And Mexicans don't like that shit. He doesn't play into the Mexican machismo that most of the boxers and the legends that are Mexican boxing legends have done. You know, every single guy has been like this macho guy, like I'll fuck you up, I'm gonna stand toe to toe with you. Canelo's not like that, and Canelo's definitely not he buys expensive shit. People don't like that. So I think it's just they don't like him because they feel misrepresented. They don't feel represented by Canelo. One, two, it's deeply rooted in like self-hatred and like homophobia. I'm just gonna stop there because they always say like, "Oh, he's gay," just because he like gets shit. And so what if he is? I don't know. Maybe he is gay. I don't know. But it's just like Mexicans fans are like that. Um, Damn, this message is held for review. What are you guys typing? I honestly don't. I'm so fucked up with the comments though. Um, yeah, it says this message is held for review. What are you guys typing on here? Hmm. You know what? Don't be mad at me. I don't even care for a third fight against Triple G because I feel like at this point, Canelo already figured out how to beat him, and I think he's gotten better. And I think the third time he's just gonna beat him more convincingly. And Triple G doesn't need that. Triple G doesn't need that. Mikey wants to stay at 147 and give another try. When that happened, I haven't seen that. The Zone didn't fly you to Vegas. I don't work for the Zone. I wish I did. I could replace all those commentators. They're fucking ridiculous sometimes. I think Mikey's too small for even 140. Yeah, he is. I think he got lucky. Not lucky because he is a better boxer. He has better style. He has more experience than that Sergey Lipinets kid. Because I love Sergey Lipinets. He's pretty cool. But yeah, he should go. He just stay at 135. Do you think it's because of the favorable judges on his side too? On on against Triple G? Yeah, not anymore. I think now this time, I think I don't think Canelo's even gonna need the judges. I think he's gotten better after the first time he got better against Triple G the second time. We saw that he made him look silly at times. So I think at the third time it'll be like a legitimate win for Canelo because I know the first two were like very close and people were like debating on them. I think the third time Canelo takes it. So I'm not even like, eh. Who is your favorite boxer currently? Usyk. I love Usyk. I like Lomachenko, even though he's a little mamon. Sometimes, like, se porta bien mamon ese way. I like Virgil Ortiz. Uh, Babyface Assassin. I don't know. I like a lot of boxers. I don't really dislike anybody except Adrian Broner. I think I used to like Thurman a lot, and then he got married and threw his fucking prime days away. I don't like him because he is better looking than you know, I posted that on my Instagram. Because some guy posted that on a Facebook group. He's like, the real reason you guys don't like Canelo is because he would take all of your girls. And I'm like, that's just funny. It keeps saying this message is held for review. What are you guys typing? Are you guys cussing me out? Same. I also don't care about third point. Golovkin is just going to get worse. Yeah, yeah, exactly. And Golovkin is getting older, you know? Mm, a lot of people think Triple G was robbed. I can see why some people would say that. One day you will work for the Zone. I hope so. I'd rather work for ESPN, but I would love to work for the Zone. You know what? I don't know if I'd rather work for ESPN. I mean, they're both biased. We see ESPN just push. Not pisses me off about ESPN's commentary, or sorry, that they'll be like, oh yeah, Lomachenko number one pound for pound, and then talk about Crawford, and they're like, oh Crawford number one pound for pound. It's like, which one is it? We know both of those guys belong to Top Rank, and both of those guys are like ESPN, but which one is it? Because they keep in the same stream, same fight. They'll be like talking about both of them, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, the number one pound for pound." It's like you just said the other one was. So who is it? So and then the Zone sometimes it's so biased to the commentators, but the commentary in the Zone sometimes is painful, painful. They be saying the weirdest shit, and I'm just like, bruh. Mamon, yeah. How do you say mamon in English? Like I do mamon. Well, mamon means a lot of things in Spanish too, but it means like I don't know how to explain it. It means kind of like help me out here against the ropes. How would you describe cómo se estaba portando Lomachenko at the last media workout? Se está portando mamón. He was acting like I don't know. Canelo's hard to like sometimes because of the corruption around him. That has a lot to do with it as well. Like I mentioned, um, the scorecards in his fights have been very strange and obviously again, I think it's corny and cringy when people are like, "Oh, they bought the judges and all fuck Golden Boy." All that. I, I don't. I think it's cringy, but at the same time, obviously, we see a pattern here. So I'm like right in the middle. We are halfway when. Holy shit, we are halfway through the year. That's scary. Are you eating buñuelos? Leave me alone. Nutrition. Wilder is number one pound for pound. I don't know what to tell you. I don't think Wilder's bad. I like Wilder. I don't know about number one. I don't know about top three. I don't know about top five. It keeps saying this message is held for review. I don't know what the hell. Yes, mamon as in dickhead. That's a good translation for the type of mamon I'm implying. Good job, it Pichichis. What did Canelo say? Chinga stuff. Please break it down. Oh, you don't speak Spanish? It's hard to translate that into English too. He basically was mad, and in Mexico, like the worst thing to say to somebody is chinga tu madre. Like it's basically fuck you and your mom, or fuck your mom. But it doesn't sound bad in English. In English, it doesn't sound bad. Oh, fuck your mom. It doesn't sound that bad. In Spanish, that's like one of the worst things you could say to somebody. Mm, uh, oh, and it. What matches do you see for next year? Well, we saw that Harrison versus what's his name? Charlo just got the rematch just got announced, which is cool, but who knows? We know the first one was like super controversial. Um, I don't know. Honestly, I haven't thought about that. I hope because all the fights that we want are probably not gonna get made. We want Lomachenko versus Mikey, that's not getting made. We want Joshua versus Wilder, that's not getting made. What other big fights do we want that are probably not getting made? Most of the fights that we want are not getting made. What? If you came up for this one as interpreter, Ernesto Mother. Oh my god, thank you. He was terrible, and he just kept saying the wrong things, and you know who was bad too? That guy from HBO. Remember in the second fight against Golovkin, Eddie was telling him, "Así me gustas, cabrón. Así me gusta. Eso quiero, cabrón." And he translated to, "Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm talking about, bitch." I'm like, bitch. Bitch and cabrón are not the same thing. And that guy said that. He's like, oh, yeah, así me gusta, cabrón. Yeah, that's it, bitch. I'm like, yeah, is that what I meant for Canelo's judging? You think Porter got any chance for suspense? Fuck no. Mm-mm. You know, think about, I like Porter when he was more aggressive. Like, I think he looked beautiful against Danny Garcia. The way I was expecting him to like overwhelm Danny Garcia with his aggressiveness. And he has some dirty ass tactics, but He keeps it to a limit. Um, so I was expecting that like against Danny, and he didn't do that. He actually won really nice, and I really like Porter against Danny, but against his last fight, Ugas, was it Ugas? Right? What's his name? Um, he looked like shit. Not like, I mean, he didn't look like shit. He didn't look uh champion level. And I think that's because I think he was trying to like do tactical shit. Tony's like, no, don't do that. Not with this one at least. I don't think he does. I don't think he's got a chance against Spence. Uh, Pebs, what's his name? Mamon douchebag, kind of. Mamon has a lot of meanings. Also, Uga's translator. I didn't see that one. I was at work, I think. What the? Oh, no, I was in Mexico. I was in Mexico for Ugas versus Porter. Canelo versus Jacob face-up was terrible. To me, that shit looks staged. Especially the way Canelo was acting, like his legs were like wide open, and he's like kind of like hold me back, but no one was really holding him back. So it's like to me, it looks staged. And they're trying to get those subscriptions. Man, Charlo did not lose that first Harrison fight. I don't really fuck with little Charlo, but that one hurt me. Honestly, I didn't pay attention that much in that fight. I'm gonna have to rewatch it before the. I just got an email that the presser fight is on Wednesday, but I have finals that day. I have finals on Wednesday, so I'm not gonna be able to go to the presser. But that should look fun. I fuck with Porter heavy. I like Porter and his dad. I think they're like one of the best father son teams. But they need to get their shit together. They are bad. You know who's good at interpreting? You guys might not know who he is. Gabe Rivas. He's a PR person for Golden Boy. He did a pretty good job translating for Canelo in the press conferences for the Canelo Triple G second fight. He literally translates everything to the T. I would forget after the first sentence. I'd be like, "Oh shit!" Like, please just go one sentence at a time. He did pretty well. WWE. What part of Mexico are you from? I am from Nayarit, Mexico, born and raised up until I was 7 years old. You think Andy can pull up the upset against AJ? No. I think what he can do is give it a hell of a fucking fight and actually make this fight can only favor him, especially because did you guys see Andy versus Parker? I think Andy beat Parker. Andy should have already been the first Mexican heavyweight champion because he beat Parker. And they took that away because obviously that was in Parker's hometown. But Andy Ruiz is very underrated. He has really nice speed. A lot of people think just because he's fat, but he's lost a lot of weight. I've been seeing Andy Ruiz for like 3 years because he trains at Legends where I usually go to see, like, it's like the boxing gym closest to me. So I'd seen him there for a while now, and he's lost a lot of weight. And he looks good, and I think he's the best opponent for AJ right now, though, because how else are you going to salvage a U.S. debut? Because I think he's just freshly sent to PBC. He's fresh off people's minds. He's been getting knockouts. He's been looking good, and I think he looked amazing against Parker. So, do I think he can beat Joshua? It's a stretch. But do I think he's the best opponent for him right now, besides the obvious ones that we want? Hell yeah. And I think it says a lot about his character, his balls to just take the fight. He literally kept calling him out until, Eddie called him. All the other guys didn't want to. And I think it pissed me off that Ortiz didn't want to. And I think it's, he's like, oh, the money. And that shit pissed me off. It's like, you're old. You're like on your way out of boxing too. What are you waiting for then? You're gonna make it about the money? That's bullshit to me. I think in my opinion, I think he was cycling off something too, and that's why he couldn't take the fight. Not because of the money. Because I heard they offered him like $7 million. What more do you want? Who else are gonna make that much money against? No one. Ugh, I got so fucked up about that. I'm so mad at Ortiz. I guys are going too fast. Nope. What part of my family's from? Nayarit too. We're all from Nayarit. Which presser? I don't know what you guys are talking about anymore. Thurman Pacquiao. That's a good fight. I think Pacquiao still has gas left in the tank to beat Thurman, especially the Thurman that looks so vulnerable in the last fight. I think that's like 50-50 fight. Actually, 60-40 maybe even for Pacquiao because The way Thurman looked, What do you think of Danny Garcia 154? I think he gets wrecked. Not wrecked because he has a good chin. Danny has a really underrated chin. But he's not going to do any better than 147. Maybe he should go back down to 140. Do you watch MMA? I do not. Is Fernie bringing you back a souvenir from Vegas? Fernie's acting like a bitch. I texted him earlier and he said he was taking a nap. Who takes a nap in Vegas? Doing Vegas wrong. Me da vergüenza. He did beat Parker. Yes, thank you for agreeing with me because I saw that shit and I'm like, Casuals have no respect for Andy. And that's, I think, how you out yourself as a casual. Like, I see memes about Andy, like, oh, he's fighting Butterbean or he's fighting, I don't know, a bunch of shit. It's like, yo, y'all obviously have not seen a fucking fight in your life. I like Tofimo. I definitely think he's something special. He is a special prospect. He's got the goods. But I do think that they're hyping him up a lot. Not a lot, because he deserves it. But they're hyping him up too fast. I think his best win is his what's his name? Diego Magdaleno. That's his best win. And he obviously wrecked him. And he is a little disrespectful, but I think he's just gonna do the whole thing that, the Money Mayweather team does. I mean, he's not Money Mayweather, but he's gonna have that attitude where he wants to be the villain. Yeah, that's like I'm saying. Ortiz was probably on his fucking cycle. That's why he didn't want to take the fight. I'm so mad. I'm so mad at Ortiz. You're old. Take the fucking money. So mad. Andy losing weight is like throwing a chair off the Titanic. Y'all so fucking rude. He's fast though. You can call him fat, but he's fast. I see Thurman pack is 50-50 too. I'm riding with Thurman though. Young man sport, and I support the hippie. I love Thurman. I love the way he talks. I love Thurman so much. I used to love him. He was like probably my favorite boxer back in like 2015. I loved him. But why did he have to get married right now? And like, not just married. Like, I get that boxers get injured. Like, I get it. I've been around gyms long enough to see guys get injured in sparring. But at the same time, it's like, bro, are you serious? Sometimes when I'm drunk. What are your thoughts on Devin Haney? Didn't he just get a fight? He's fighting. I think I just got an email about that. He's fighting who? I think he's also a legit guy. He's a pretty legit guy, but I think he needs to work a little bit more to become like more of a household name. But I think his promoters are gonna do well with him. Who's he fighting next? I just saw the email. Holy shit, guys. I'm sorry. Lopez is playing the heel. Appreciate it. It's too many nice. Wait, what Lopez? Josecito? I'm mad and sad for Ortiz. I know, because he's not gonna get another offer like that. I promise you that. And supposedly they were saying too, because PBC already promised him a Wilder rematch. And to me, that's full of shit too. Even if they did offer it to him, he shouldn't take the word for it, because Wilder. We've seen a pattern of Wilder not giving a fuck about his mandatories. Wilder, what's his name? The guy he's fighting now, Brazil. He's been his fucking mandatory since November 2017. And he's barely fighting him now. And that's only because his fight with Fury fell off. He wasn't gonna fight him. So it's like, if who's promising you this? Wilder does. You're dumb if you're gonna leave alone a 5, 6, 7 million fight against Joshua. He's so stupid. For if that's true, for a promised rematch with Wilder. Like, bro, move the fuck on. But I'm pretty sure it's because of the peds. Never seen a big man with hands like that. Speed. Yeah, exactly. I've seen it in person. I have a video of my son doing Fortnite dances with his son. That's how much I've been at that gym. Like, my son goes to that gym, and Andy's son is always there too. He's a little kid with like short hair. They're like always doing little Fortnite dances, battles. It's so cute. So yeah, he's a really nice kid, and he's not disrespectful at all. He used to be with Abel Sanchez, and he switched to Manny. You know what I thought was weird? Well, not weird, but like, boxing world is weird. Brazil used to be with Manny Robles too. I used to see Brazil all the time. Brazil would come in every Wednesday for sparring, and he'd be yelling, "Fuck Wilder Wednesdays." That's what Brazil would be saying every Wednesday at Legends Boxing Gym. And him and Andy Reese trained. Obviously, they both were by Manny Robles, but now I thought it was crazy when I saw the press conference for Wilder versus Brazil, and I see Virgil Hunter. Virgil Hunter is now Brazil's trainer, and I'm like, all right. And I thought it was fucked up, but I'm like, damn, Manny Robles is gonna miss out on this big ass payday. But now he's gonna get the payday with Andy Reese against Joshua, and I'm like, boxing world works weird as fuck, man, because he literally lost that payday from Brazil to Wilder. I felt bad. I'm like, damn, he left them. Like, that's wild. No payday for him, but now he's getting a payday with Reese against Joshua. And Reese has a better chance of looking good against Joshua and getting more possibilities and getting more attention against Joshua because he has more of a capability to look good than Brazil. Brazil's just gonna fold like a chair in between 3 rounds. So that's what I noticed. This weird shit that I just realized, but I don't say that word. I don't say that word. That's not my word to say. Uh, who you got Spencer versus Crawford win, and if they fight, that fight is not happening anytime soon. Anytime soon. And I'm pissed about it. And I don't know who takes it. Yeah, that fight is a 50-50 as they come. But I will say this. When we see videos of their interactions, we've seen how they interact. Spence always looks uncomfortable. Spence always looks not scared, but he will not look Crawford in the eye. Crawford his stance is very confident. It's like, man, look at you. You're fat. Look at you. Look at what is that? Rolls? Remember that? Y'all remember that? And Spence is like this. Man, you playing, man. I got your number, man. And he keeps like switching his body language when he's interacting with Crawford in these like little face-offs that they have, like unofficial face-off. His body language is not one of a guy that's confident, at least against Crawford. He's like so standoffish. He's like he's like looking all over. He won't look him. He won't face him. These are just like, I study a little bit of body language, so I'm like, but it is 50-50. Oh, you guys are going too fast. What's your take on Al Heyman? I don't know. I don't like when people ask me those things about Al Heyman and Bob Arum. Honestly, I don't know. I don't like that his fighters sometimes go a long time without fighting. But from those fighters, you hear good things about Al Heyman. He pays them well. He takes care of his fighters, right? That's the word from boxers. I just wish they were more active. So I don't know. People call him the cancer of boxing. Other people call Bob Arum that. I think just they're both in the politics, whether they like it or not. Now at this point, it's just like shit. Can we just the ones that suffer are the boxing fans because the boxers themselves are still getting paid. So we suffer because we don't get to see these fights. So I don't know. I don't know what. I don't like promoter questions. Oh, I just got another one. Which promoter is the coolest YouTube media? I don't know. PBC is really cool, I think, because I took my son to almost every single boxing media event in the summer because he was out of school. They never said shit to me. I even took him to the press conferences where like we got food and my son was getting food too. And my son has a bunch of pictures with a King Kong. He has with Mikey. Not pictures because I wasn't one to be like snapping pictures of my son with the boxers. After like if we saw him, we would take pictures, but they never tripped up on my son being there. So I think PBC followed by the top ranked people are pretty good. The guy, he's pretty cool. He's not like, because see, with a lot of promoters, there's obviously favoritism because there's people that've been doing this for a long time. I just started this in like July. Oh, it's almost gonna be a year. Um, so I get it. I'm not like butthurt about that. That makes total fucking sense. But it's like intense. And the Matchroom people, this was my first time submitting credentials for Matchroom for the Arongis Estrada fight. They were great too. Great guys. All the emails are great. They send you pictures. They send you the scorecards. So I guess those. I would love to say how fucked up one promoter is, but I'm not because I already got in trouble with them over bitching about them already. So I'm just gonna keep the tea. But I think you guys can imagine who it is. Se ponen tan mamones los güeyes. Like mamones. But I'm not gonna say who. But they're also mamones to like other boxers that are not Golden Boy. Anyway. Oh Lord. The Miracle Man wins tomorrow. That'd be pretty. I don't care who wins. I just want a good ass fight. And if Miracle Man, imagine how like it would fucking turn the boxing world upside down if Miracle Man won. Brazil gonna call like Kelvin Price. I don't know who that is. What fighter has Virgil Hunter helped to improve besides Ward? I think he's a bit overrated. And honestly, Ward is already Ward. He was an Olympian. Like he hadn't lost a fight since he was like, I don't know, young. And for the fucking record, Ward lost the first fight against Kovalev. I don't give a fuck. I'll fight anybody that says otherwise. Obviously, he won the second one, but the first one, it was all Kovalev. I was there. Yeah, I don't think he's like overrated, but I do think, yeah, I mean, American, Angulo, they all lost. I think he's like hates Canelo too because I think Canelo's like fucked up his fighters. Another message held for review. What are y'all motherfuckers typing? Mexican from used to say that all the time, and that doesn't make it okay. When oh no, you guys are going too fast. Win a free trip back to the hospital after Canelo beats him. Y'all are so rude. How do you guys say shit like this? Y'all are ruthless. Holy shit. I'm a black guy from the projects. Spence looks square. Crawford is more loose. Yeah, it's like Spence looks like tense, and he just the body language. Spence just want to fight. So y'all some body language experts now? Stop it. I never said I was an expert. I literally just took some classes. And I'm pretty sure it's pretty obvious. But okay, I see the one. I'm sorry for offending you. In my opinion, Hunter has never improved a fighter. What Hunter does is more of a mental aspect. No, I think the mental aspect is Teddy Atlas. I think what Hunter is, he's like a dad. Hunter talks to his fighters like a nice dad talks to his kid in like little league. Like or like a nice coach talks to his team in little league. Like remember he was talking about when he was talking to Angulo? Son, you got this, son. You already came this far, son. Go out there and put on a show, son. And I'm just like he's like a dad. Same with Khan. He's like that with Khan too. Eddie Hearn, low key is taking over. Dude is putting in work. The thing is that there's only to take off, and this is one of those things that's gonna take a while to take off because a lot of people are still rejecting the idea that streams, that boxing is no longer on just TV networks. It's now on streams on like mobile on computers. It's on the go. And a lot of people are gonna reject this. Remember, people were rejecting the move from like, what was it when it was like, what the fuck was it called? When we moved to digital. Remember back? I had just gone here to the United States when they did the conversion from analog to digital. People didn't want to do it. They didn't want to get digital. They didn't want to let go of their antennas. And now it took forever for that shit to take off. I think it's gonna be the same with the zone. I think all these streaming sites are not gonna. It's gonna take like 2 years maybe for the fans to be like, okay, well, I guess I'll fucking buy into this shit. Being a boxing fan is expensive and exhausting. Maybe Spence wasn't confident because he was fat at the time. People are confident when they're in shape. That's a possibility. Come on, tell us. That's yeah, like I asked. They're gonna pull me aside and kick me out. Um, Ward definitely lost the first to Cobb fight, and I dislike Cobb as a person. That's why. See, I fuck with that. I have my favorite fighters. I'm not gonna front here and be like I don't fucking like more fighters more than others, but I don't let that shit get in between, you know, the real shit. I think I'm in the opposite. I'm more critical of my favorite boxers. Canelo used to be one of my favorite boxers back in like 2014, 2015. And then when he started like, I mean, he was doing catch weights instead of fighting Golovkin after Cotto. I think he went down and fought. Who did he fight? Liam Smith? I remember. I was fucking pissed, and I was like, "Yo, cut that shit out, man." So, and that's when I fell off the canal. I mean, I don't hate him, but at the same time, he is great. You know, like he's fighting like at a fucking elite level. But I don't like him. There's a lot of boxers. I don't like Danny Garcia. I don't like him at all. I fucking don't like him. But he's still a very nice name at the division. So I'm not one person that lets me not liking a certain fighter like cloud my judgment or loving a fighter cloud my judgment. I loved Ward when he lost the second fight. I mean, I love both of them the first fight. I was there. That's why I went to see it because I'm like, damn, both of my favorite fighters. I'm there. But the second fight, I was so upset. I was so upset that Kovalev lost because he was one of my favorite fighters. And when he lost, I cried. Don't judge me. I'm a fucking woman, and I was drunk, okay? And I was going home and I was crying. But I mean, yes, low blows happen, but Kovalev had already lost anyway. Mentally, he didn't look like he was there. So I'm not blaming it. Oh, Ward, oh, the fucking low blows. Yeah, the low blows happened, but he had already hit him with a right. He had already hit him to the body. So that's my point is that I don't let my fucking me loving a fighter recognize that they suck sometimes. Okay. I had Kovalev winning by 1 point, but was close, especially with the knockdown. No, not by 1 point. More. What do you think about JoJo and Farmer? I think Farmer is fucking corny for being at the weigh-in and trying to crash the weigh-ins or the press conference. They offered him the fight and he didn't take it. What are you doing there? At this point, you're a fan because what are you doing there? Golden Boy offered him the fight. JoJo's been wanting a title, and he didn't want to. So why are you there? And Tevin Farmer's one of those guys that stays busy and fights a lot, but he fights against guys we really don't give a fuck about, you know? So, I don't know. And he wants a Gervonta fight, but I think he wants a Gervonta fight for a payday, you know? But still, God damn it. That should piss me off. Gabe Rivas is on the one for you canceling credentials. I don't really apply for Golden Boy cards for the same reason. But it's not Gabe. It's not Gabe. Gabe is not, he's their PR person. I'm talking about someone else. Gabe's pretty cool, actually. It's some girl. I don't know her. It's not Gabe. Gabe's pretty cool, actually. Is that girl? That girl that was always there at, where is they fired her? And that's what I heard because she wasn't there for the Canelo Jacobs presser here in LA. And I asked Fern, and I'm like, what happened to her? And he's like, well, I heard they fired her. So I don't know, but she was corny as fuck. You want to know? Okay, I'm going to tell you guys a story. It's all because I posted a meme video of saying on a scale from 1 to Oscar de la Hoya, how lit are you getting tonight? And it was that video of Oscar saying, so take me down to the paradise city where the grass is green and the girls are pretty. Have you guys seen that video of Oscar saying that? Oscar said that. He was like, I don't remember where he was at, but he was drunk and he was saying that. He was singing that song. Well, not singing it, but he looked at the camera and he was like, so take me down to the, and he doesn't even say, he says, take me down to the very last city. He says, take me down to the very last city where the girls is green and the girls are pretty. And then he walks away, right? And that was my caption for it. I'm like, on a scale of 1 to Oscar de la Hoya, how lit are you getting tonight for fight night? And she's like, that's not what you should be posting. I'm just like, why are you even like it was so corny. So that's the only reason I'm like, man, fuck this bitch. But she's gone now, so I don't give a fuck about her. We are we are body language experts. Prediction on the co-main event: Virgil versus Mauricio Herrera. I already gave this prediction, but I'm gonna make it fast. I think Virgil Ortiz is gonna win by TKO, body shot, middle rounds. Body shot. That's what I meant though when I said mental aspects. But yeah, Teddy's good one for that in the complete opposite way. Oh my god, I love and I hate Teddy Atlas. He's so fucking crazy, but he's fucking funny in the corner. I love watching Dick fight just because I know Teddy Atlas is in his corner. Virgil be like, "You okay, buddy?" He didn't hear you. It's okay. You won that round anyways, buddy. He's like, "Show me where he hurt you." Canelo fought Khan. I know. See that shit. Oh my god. When that, honest to God, I remember that day when that fight was announced. I woke up, I was making my coffee, and I'm like, let me check the gram. This was way long ago. I wasn't in like boxing media, nothing, and I'm just like, and I saw that shit, and I'm like, they're fucking around, just a troll. And I saw Oscar posted, and I'm like, do weight classes not fucking matter anymore? I was like, hi, Michael Nolan. And yes, I agree that Marco Farmer got too fucking big headed. I think it's just for show too. I mean, he's trying to sell himself. Oh, nah, he just straight doesn't like Tank Davis. We are firemen. The Asian looking chick from Nuestra Belleza. I don't think she looked Asian. What was her name? I remember her name. But I remember, and it was like at this random media workout, and it wasn't for anyone big. It was for the media workout for one of the Velasco fights. And like I was there with my son, and she like pulled me aside, and I thought she was gonna be like, "Oh, like you can't be here with your son or something." But no, she's like she like pulled out her phone and she's like, "Oh, you posted this." She's like, "You're not supposed to be posting stuff like that if you're gonna be promoting Golden Boy." And I'm just like, "Okay." I was like, "Okay." I'm like, "I'll delete it." And she's like, "Okay, please." But like, toda mamona también. She's like, like, bitch, over that. So that's what I'm saying. It's mamon. Like, I didn't even over a fucking meme. At the Jack in the Box. Yes, trying to find spend. Do you think Canelo will fight 3 times this year? I don't doubt it. He'll probably like after this, he'll take another like one of those fights, like a Rocky Fielding type fight. Supposedly they're like trying to fight Spence. I don't think so. Ya se antoja otro buñuelo, suegra. She took the whole bag. I still got this whole big ass piece. It's bigger than my head. Washing it down with a michelada. Have you ever been to New York to watch a boxing fight? I have not. I want to. It's one of the my bucket list. But because I just started doing boxing media, like it's not even been a year. It's gonna be a year in July. The first boxing media I ever covered, event I ever covered, was by myself. I used to do media for True Boxing Heads, and then I decided to do my own. But the first one I ever covered was Valdez versus Quig, and then on my own, Mikey versus Easter. So I just started. So no, I have not. I want to, but again, school just takes a bunch of my fucking time. But I'm gonna graduate in 2 weeks. Woo! And then I'll get all that out of the way. I think there's no more pressure Joshua and Canelo to build a subscription for 3 fights each year. No, they have to. Well, now that Golovkin's there, that helps too. But they're like the big names that they have. I'm pretty sure having the World Super Series helps too. Ooh. Grazie. I'm pretty sure having that those guys help. But yeah. What can I make a poll here? Who thinks is gonna oh no. Oh, I didn't know how to do that. I don't know how to use this. Hold on. Okay. So who's Jojo Diaz even fighting? Like, I don't even know who Jojo's fighting, honestly. It's like some Nicaraguan guy, right? I don't even know who he's fighting. The Zone has out in a better fight card. The Zone's fight alone, this last fight alone, was worth the $100 that they're trying to. And I think you know what? I get the outrage because I told you guys, I understand people that don't want to transition from boxing and like TV or Showtime and HBO to streaming services, but the three pay-per-views this year have been so shitty. Like Broner versus Pacquiao, it's like, okay, we all knew what was gonna happen there. Mikey Garcia versus Spence, we all knew what was gonna happen there. De que nos alucinamos es otra cosa. De que nos pendejamos es otra cosa. But we knew it was gonna happen. And what was the last pay-per-view? Khan versus Crawford? Are you fucking kidding me? And like people are still paying for that. I don't think a lot of people bought those, but it's still a thing. And it's like, and they're still charging you, like ESPN is still charging you ESPN Plus. And ESPN, if you get it on your cable, it's like you don't get ESPN on basic cable. You get ESPN on the premium channels, So it's like, and you're still paying for more shit. So I think the Zone just, you have this fucking badass card that just happened this last weekend with the Rugby Estrada, and you have Canelo fighting Jacobs, which is like a legit ass opponent where like it's gonna be a good fight, and you have Joshua in the Zone. I don't think maybe he'll win anyway, but and it's just like they all are gonna fight around 3 times a year. So you have these fights that are really good names for the most part right now, especially Canelo and the last fight. It's good cards, and people are bitching, and it's like, okay, let's say you do the $20 a month one, like, okay, do it and then cancel, and then when another big fight gets announced, buy another month. You don't have to like be subscribed the whole time. I do think it's stupid that they switched to 20. They should have done that at the beginning anyway, if they were gonna raise it up. They keep spending all this money on fighters, and it's like obviously they have to pay their fucking millions somehow. They're not gonna keep it at $10. But point is, these 3 fights are worth $100 a year. So that's just my opinion. And people are still putting on shitty ass fucking pay-per-view cards. Fonseca. Oh, yeah, Fonseca. Jacobs will defeat Canelo and the new Brooklyn stand up. Brooklyn, New York. I would be hype if he does. That'd be pretty fucking neat, actually. Imagine? Damn, that'd be rematch again. I don't think he'd give Triple G a rematch because now at this point, Triple G don't got a belt, so why? Oh, that was my cat. Canelo, Jacobs will make up for it, I'm sure of it. Exactly. And it's like, come on. Fuck, I forgot to take that shit out. A bottle of hot Valentina too. What? Valentina's the best hot sauce. Oh, and I have this. This is from the first Rome Estrada fight. Tom Loeffler, he actually gave us all those cups. He gave us like big ass bags of those cups. Leave me alone. Shit your ass down. I don't get it. I'm gonna shit myself. Golovkin tune-up fight 2. Do you watch Game of Thrones? I'm sorry, I do not watch Game of Thrones. My brother does. He's like crazy over it. I don't. I'm not into any of that shit. Like I'm not into like magical mystic. I shouldn't say that because I love Marvel and that's fucking fake ass shit, but like Harry Potter, what's the other one? Lord of the Rings, this, like that, those type of things I don't really fuck with that. I heard it's good though, but it's just not my thing. Did you notice the Zone doesn't have a free trial anymore? That's what somebody said earlier. That's fucking crazy. Like I didn't realize that. Like I was telling people, oh, just get a new trial, like just get a trial. And I mean, I didn't know that they took it off, but I'm not surprised. Like, no están pendejos. They're not gonna like give a free trial when Canelo's fighting someone like Jake because they're like, nah, bitch, you gotta pay for that shit. Even if you only pay it once, but you're gonna pay $20 for this shit. Why wasn't the Strada fight not in the main event? There was 2 fights after. No, it was the main events. Those are what those things are called swing bouts. So a lot of times, because we don't know how fast a fight will end, like not the main event, but like the there's like 10 fights in a card, let's say. Let's say like in the Canelo Triple G, all of them ended by knockout, and supposedly they didn't want to put the national anthem because it took time away or whatever. And then all of the fights ended in early knockouts, and then we were there in the. They literally played the entire first fight for us in the arena because they didn't know what to do. So those are called swing bouts. So you have these fighters that are usually prospects, and they fight either if they can't make it in time to fight in the beginning of the card before the three main cards or three, four main cards, they fight after, and they're not televised, which sucks. Like, I mean, the zone, it's like it streams it anyway, but for like a lot of like Showtime, they don't get televised anymore. It's just for the people there in the arena. It happens at the Step Up too. They're called swing bouts. It's guys that are like prospects and they're fighting. Basically, they didn't have the time to fight in the earlier time. Um, Jacobs have all the attributes to defeat Canelo. Jacobs just needs to be smart, and that's what it is. If he's smart enough, then he can definitely beat Canelo. He needs to be smart, box on the outside, use his jab, reach advantage, box on the outside. Jacobs has lost to steps and strip. Yeah, that's what I've been saying this whole time. Um, Jacobs has against Arias, Sulecki, Derevyanchenko. He's not looked bad, but he's not looked great. He's been hit. It's only 833 a month for the whole year. How are people complaining? That's what I'm saying. Like, I guess on a pop, like just to drop 100 on something, it does seem like, damn, I'm wasting $100. But when you break it down monthly, that's a pretty good deal. Because that isn't that like cheaper than Netflix? That's cheaper than Netflix, y'all. Instead of Netflix and chill, DAZN and chill. DAZN and chill, motherfuckers. Did you or your little ones cry during Endgame? I didn't watch it with them. They watched it with their dad, but I watched it. I cried a shit ton of times. Are you kidding me? I was crying. I was an open faucet. That shit. I was crying. I'm pretty sure they cried too. Really, I got the email about that too, but I haven't read it. I haven't. I've been ignoring my emails, but I saw that email. That's if your grandfather's like us, Barca. I'm confusion. Talk. Oh, do you know of any bars showing the fight in the valley? What is the valley? I know there's this pizza shop that's showing it. That sounds so terrible. New York Pizza, but I don't know where it's at. That's the only one I know. But and that's another thing, before like Buffalo Wild Wings would have fights because they had the HBO or Showtime. Now I don't think restaurants have the zone or bars have the zone. Oh, I don't think that's in the valley though. I think that's the opposite of the valley. There's this really cool bar called the Last Round Bar and Grill, and they have bomb ass drink. That's where I watched Cobble at War too. They have fucking drinks this big. I got so fucking faded that day. They have really good food. They have like molcajetes, and the whole walls are like boxing memorabilia. And then when the fight's about to start, they ring the bell. It's awesome. But I think that's far. That's not in the valley. That's in oh shit, where is it? Look it up. Last Round Bar and Grill. It's in around Chino area, around there. Around Chino, I think. I don't know where the valley is. Is the valley like San Fernando, San Gabriel? Like I don't go past the 405. I'm just kidding. I don't go past the 101 or the 145. I don't know how to drive, guys. I mean I drive I don't know my freeways. I don't know. I don't go past LA. I think the furthest I ever gone was like Calabasas. Uh, qué rollo. Canela rifa, mija. Mm, I don't get it. Rifa? Rifa qué? Jacobs looked good in his last fight, but Jacobs needs to be aggressive. He looked good, but so did Derevyanchenko, and that was a majority decision, if I'm not mistaken. Honestly, I didn't watch that fight. I was watching the Dodger game too. So, fucking Dodgers, man. The Zone and Chill. Somebody make a shirt, The Zone and Chill. It's cheaper than Netflix. Despite my name, I live in California. California is so expensive. I live in Cali too. I live here in San Pedro, LA. Bars do have the zone. They do? I doubt they've been paying for seats like pay per view. You know what's weird? I don't go to bars that much anymore. And the ones I do don't have TVs. Like I don't go to bars. So That's cool. You guys are sending me all the cool. I'm gonna go watch it at my friend's house tomorrow, so that's where I'm gonna watch it. Does crying ruin your makeup? No, because there's this thing called setting sprays. If you ever date a girl and she has makeup on and she wants to hug you and you're wearing like a white shirt, ask her first, did you put on setting spray? And if she did, then she can like hug you and like y'all can get super close. Or you can that's gonna sound dirty. You could do stuff and the makeup won't transfer because it's called setting spray. Or if you have a girlfriend and she gets makeup on your shit, buy her a setting spray. Go to the store, go ask the ladies, hey, can I get a setting spray? It's gonna cost you like $30, but no more shirts ruined. Get it for your girlfriend. Uh, let's say that cat to be exact. Fuck the 405. I hate that highway. Nothing up there in the Bay Area gets like that highway. That's the only place I got in a car accident, and it's been traumatizing me ever since. And it sucks. I hate the 405 too. It fucking sucks. The whole everywhere around here is like the other day it took me 45 minutes to travel 6 miles in downtown LA. 45 minutes, 6 miles. Oh, thank you. I'll subscribe back. I don't know how to do it from here, but I'll subscribe back. Modelo needs to give you some sponsorship money. I know, right? It's Modelo time food. And honestly, this is the only light Mexican beer that I drink. I usually love IPAs. I love IPAs. I love stouts, but micheladas are amazing. Modelo is amazing. So I don't know, guys. Give me your last prediction so we can. I've been on here for fucking an hour and a half. Let's end this so I don't bore you guys to death. Give me your last predictions. If anybody wants, y'all want to bet? Let's bet something. Let's make this fun. What should we bet? Let's bet something. Let's set like a majority thing. Like we'll write it down. How can we bet to make this fun? We should bet something. I don't know. Are any of you guys local? Because I have bets with my friends and we always like bet like drinks because we're alcoholics. Um Canelo 10th. I think it's gonna be a TKO too. 118, 123 scorecards. LA Bird did not get approved. Canelo by split. That's also a very likely one. Canelo's gonna be asleep in the 4th round. Damn, that's a ballsy ass prediction. I don't know, man. Canelo has proven to have a really good chin against Golovkin. Are you kidding me? Jacobs. You know what sucks? I only saw 2 people pick Jacobs in the analyst people. Imagine if Brooklyn. Imagine if Jacob actually wins. I love seeing his son when his son was like. Have you guys watched the boxing little DAZN documentaries? Are cute. Jacobs won a 17-round rear range. Y'all are so fucking crazy. Canelo wins by decision. Canelo by KO in the championship rounds. I think it's gonna be in the late rounds too, TKO or a split decision or a majority decision, and people are gonna be fucking wild and mad. Who do you think is gonna? I don't know. That's a good ass question because we would all say Jacobs because Jacob has good footwork. He's very tactical. He can use his height and reach to box on the outside. But we saw Canelo look pretty good in his first fight against Triple G, tactically wise, like moving around the ring, not being just the counter puncher that he usually is, and trading back and forth. I still think Jacobs. I think Jacobs. That's his big advantage. The new. I love when they say that. IPA que fancy. Yo me tomo hasta la. That comment made my fucking night, and it reminded me when I was little, I was a badass kid. I would drink all the leftovers in the beer bottles at parties. You know when you go to like quinceañera and all your tios and tias are drinking and they just leave like their bottles behind on the table? I was like, honestly, like 9, and I just go and I'll be drinking those motherfuckers. That's gross. Don't ever do that. That's basically just their leftover spit. Bad times. Let's just hope it ain't a draw. I don't think so. Knock on wood. I don't. You know what? I think like we've been talking about here. It's either gonna be a TKO or KO in the later rounds by either one. But I think Canelo. The thing is that Canelo has never been dropped before, and even against Golovkin twice, he didn't even buckle. A lot of people like to bring up when he got hurt against Cotto's brother, remember? But he was 19 years old, and it's like, bruh, 19 years old he was, and he came back to win that fight by TKO. So it's like that should already like make that argument invalid. So Canelo has a really good chin, and he has really nice head movement now. But it could be late round TKO or a majority or split decision and controversial like Canelo's fights usually are. Has Canelo ever been in a non-controversial scoring fight? Cochina. All right, y'all. Thank you guys for coming on here. I didn't think I'd be here this long. I really appreciate it. I graduate in 2 weeks and I'll be a journalism major. And yeah, if you guys don't follow, I'm pretty sure you guys are all here from Twitter, right? You guys came from Twitter. You guys follow me on Twitter. That's how you guys saw this. I don't know. LA10 Lily. It's a stupid ass username, but I had to change it because my internship didn't want me to keep my other username. Instagram, awesome. Oh my god, you guys are here from Instagram? I forgot I posted there. Yes, Instagram is chicana.boxing, like just chicana period boxing. Twitter is LA10 Lily, obviously here, YouTube, and chicanaboxing.com. Obviously, after I graduate, I'll be more consistent with my writing. But my writing there's pretty good if you guys want to see it. And I have a podcast too that usually comes out on Thursdays, Wednesdays. There's one right now on Spotify, iTunes, everything. So just I'll see you guys. You guys are awesome. Yes, Billy Hills. If you guys want to follow me on my not private, that sounds wrong. On my personal account, I have a personal Instagram account. It's Billy Ho Saunders. But I do post a lot of political shit on there because I am very political. Not political like fuck Trump and shit like that. Like not political in that sense. More in like I'm more like, ooh, environmental awareness and ooh, feminism. So I know that's not everybody's cup of tea. So if you don't fuck with that shit, which I respect, I'm not like I'm gonna shove my fucking beliefs on your throat, bitch. But I do a lot of advocacy for minorities, Black Lives Matter, LGBTQ. So I do post a lot of stuff like that, plus selfies and shit. But if you want to follow me just like that, or just check it out, Billy Hill Saunders. My shit's not private. And thank you guys for those who discovered me on YouTube. I'll see you guys. Maybe I'll go live Sunday again so we can discuss it and we could all be like, I told you guys. If Jacobs wins, you could be like, I told you so, beach, or something like that. Which I don't mind if Jacobs wins, but I was predicting Canelo, so you guys can definitely throw that shit in my face. All right. I'll see you guys soon and follow me on whatever the fuck I just told y'all. I don't know how to end this. I don't know how to end this stream. There it is. Bye.